It's the big eruption in Tinsel Town today, a big income tax crackdown on some of the biggest names in Bollywood. Income tax officials are carrying out searches as we speak at properties of filmmaker Anurag Kashyap, actor Taapsee Pannu and other filmmakers in Mumbai over alleged tax evasion. Many others are also being searched in connection with this case involving Phantom Films, earlier in existence and run by Anurag Kashyap. The filmmaker, Anurag Kashyap, was one of the co-founders of Phantom Films. Filmmaker Vikas, Bahl, also one of the co-founders, is also being raided by the income tax. Madhu Mantena, who runs the talent management agency Kwaan, is also being searched in this regard. Remember, Madhu Mantena was also quizzed by the Narcotics Control Bureau last year in connection with Sushant Singh Rajput's death case. That's how his name is probably familiar to you now. Searches are on in nearly 20 locations in Mumbai and Pune. The Congress and other opposition parties are calling this a political plot and that this is vendetta, revenge politics to settle political scores against Anurag Kashyap and Taapsee Pannu, who have in the past been outspoken in their opposition to BJP government policies. Both Anurag Kashyap and Taapsee Pannu have in the past been very vocal. They've been raided now, and the opposition says this is because they have criticized the BJP government in the past. Opposition parties said, like the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI, the IT department is being used to settle political scores and conduct badla politics in Bollywood. Let's just tell you what the case is about. Remember, the government at the center, the BJP, say that this is due process. There is no badla in this. This is due process. Phantom Film is at the center of these raids. That's where all these people are connected. It was co-founded by Anurag Kashyap and Vikas Bahl back in 2012. It was dissolved in 2018 after a sexual assault case against Vikas Bahl, a case in which he was later acquitted, but the film company was basically dissolved. It has produced many films like Queen, Masan, Lutera, Udta Punjab. Many big titles have been produced by it. It has now been raided by the income tax over alleged tax evasion. Now, the precise details of that tax evasion are not known just yet, but Phantom Films is a company that has produced films in which Taapsee Pannu has acted. Taapsee Pannu is also acting in a new film coming out soon by Anurag Kashyap called Dobara. So all those pieces tie in together. Now let's tell you about how the opposition has taken up this particular case, this story, and said this is 100% badla politics. This is not tax evasion. This is just settling scores against Taapsee Pannu and Anurag Kashyap because they've been vocal in their opposition to BJP policies and incidents involving the government in the past. Let's just take you through some of these past controversies. December 2019, Taapsee Pannu condemned the police lathi charge on Jamia students. January 2020, she supported and attended anti-CAA protests in Mumbai. February 2021, that's just this month, last month, Taapsee Pannu publicly backed the farmers' protests against the new farm laws. March 1st, this month, she tweeted against the Chief Justice of India's "Will you marry her?" remarks to a rape accused. That last one has nothing to do with the government, that's the court, but the cases that we've just read out to you are all incidents where Taapsee Pannu was seen to be taking a strong stand against the government. Similarly, with Anurag Kashyap as well, he's had many occasions where he has lashed out at the government, lashed out at the BJP, and these are the tweets that I'm showing you, the basis on which the opposition is saying these people are being taught a lesson by the government using income tax rate. January 2020, Anurag Kashyap criticized the Prime Minister and Home Minister over the attack on JNU students. January 2020, he supported the nationwide anti-CAA protests. February 2020, he himself also attended an anti-CAA protest at Jamia and in the famous Shaheen Bagh. September last year, accused of sexual misconduct by actor Payal Ghosh, and he saw that also as some kind of score settling by the government. So all these are controversies in the past. While politics has erupted over these raids on Taapsee and Anurag Kashyap, many opposition netas, like I said, have been using the track record of these two big stars, Anurag and Taapsee, their outspokenness against the BJP as the reason why they are now being punished and scores are being settled. Many opposition leaders are asking if they've been raided precisely because of those political views. Take a look.
Well, we've pulled out a couple of statements by the likes of Taapsee Pannu and Anurag Kashyap where they've questioned the government. Let's put out those for you. First, Taapsee Pannu, who's been very vocal on social media on several current issues. With regards to the Delhi High Court's recent hearing of the Disha Ravi case, when the Delhi High Court judge said sedition can't be used for wounded vanity, Taapsee Pannu had tweeted, "Hope is still alive." This was a matter of 1 week ago. After that, she had also retweeted Rihanna's tweet, which had, of course, broken the internet a few weeks back when Rihanna had said, "Why aren't we talking about this?" referring to the farmer protest. Taapsee had retweeted this particular point. And then she had also gone on to put forth her view, saying if one tweet rattles your unity, one joke rattles your faith, or one show rattles your religious belief, then it's you who has to work on strengthening your value system, not become propaganda teacher for others. This tweet of Taapsee also led to a storm because you had the likes of Kangana Ranaut then resorting to attacking Taapsee Pannu. So these are some tweets of Taapsee where she's been critical of the government. What about Anurag Kashyap? He too has a record for doing the same. Here are some tweets that we've seen where he said, in fact, retweeting what Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said, "Please say the same to BJP IT cell who creates propaganda about students being violent and then gives excuse to the system to attack the students violently. Thank you." And he tagged Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He's also put out several other tweets. Let me just get out ones that we've gotten for you here on India Today of Anurag Kashyap also being very, very critical of the government. Here's another one. "Everyone who's fighting for the constitution is being threatened by trolls in the name of the government, police, Yogi, Modi and Shah. It means that they know something and they know it personally and firsthand. These threats have confidence." Now, beyond that, he's even gone on to state, and this is from December 2019, when he said it's not far when this desperate Prime Minister and his Home Minister will shut down the other parts of the country like they have in Kashmir. Their egos are bigger than your fear. Reports coming in from various parts of the country are scary. So Anurag Kashyap has never held back on Twitter either. He also referred to the JNU violence that had broken out. This was in January 2020 when he said, "What is happening in JNU? It's pure gundagara." And also he's tagged Amit Shah, he's tagged Narendra Modi. He said this is pure Gundaraj of Amit Shah, Narendra Modi and BJP. Students are being attacked by men in masks. So these are tweets by Anurag Kashyap. He's gone on to state here in January 29, 2020, it's us versus them. Us is BJP and Modi supporters who will never be penalized or punished no matter what the crime is. And then is everyone else.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.